Hey there, I'm John.
And I'm Josh.
And we're talking about college football. And we've already had week 13 pass by. And so we're going to look at what happened.
To put this in perspective, like officially we have 1 week of regular season.
That's right.
1 week of regular season football. Yep. Wow. That flew by so fast. It's blown away.
I mean, it doesn't seem that long ago that we went to see Florida State play Boise State.
Yeah, that was the first game of the season.
It was the first game of the season, or actually week 0 of the season. And man, my goodness, it's gone.
And it is still interesting too. It's coming down to the end. There seems to be some really good teams, so we'll get into the games real quick. But it's a fun finish here. That's
right. All right, so let's start off with Penn State played Ohio State.
Okay.
This was touted to be, could Penn State even give Ohio State any kind of trouble? And initially, it didn't look like
it. No, it did not at all.
Yeah. Ohio State went up 21-0.
Right.
Then Penn State started coming back.
It was third quarter comeback for them. Yeah. They pretty much gave it their all in the third, and that was what they had.
Yes,
they gave it their all, ran out of juice, so they weren't able to finish the job in the fourth quarter. Ohio State survives.
Yes,
we'll see if they're unscathed as far as energy wise in the coming week.
That's true. Then we had first upset, maybe the only upset.
Definitely the top 10
as far as
dominated.
As far as the big ones,
for the most part.
Oregon was at Arizona State, and we said last week, no, Arizona State can't win this. They did. So, what on earth?
Yeah, this is a real shame for Oregon because they were like kind of the dark horse to get into the playoffs.
They were.
You know, Utah's out there celebrating right now. They're like, this is our chance. We can do this. Win the Pac-12. Because Georgia's going to lose, maybe they'll put us in over Alabama.
Yeah.
And now Alabama's like, wait a second. If Oregon beats Utah, we can get in now because Pac-12's not going to have one.
That's
Georgia will have to. It's a mess right now.
It is a mess.
It's so crazy. Crazy.
So Oregon lost that one. And then you have TCU pulled a close one against Oklahoma.
And we thought they could. We did think they could.
Yeah, Oklahoma they struggled some with this. Jalen Hurts struggled. He didn't have a great game.
How many games in a row is this for Oklahoma to be so close to losing?
It's like 3 games maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly, but it's a number of games that have been very close.
They're scraping by.
Yes, Oklahoma is just barely pulling these off, but they did. They pulled it off.
Yeah.
So 28-24, if you call that pulling it off. Then you had Texas and Baylor played. I was thinking maybe Texas would. Be able to come on strong now.
Baylor seemed like they had this game from the beginning. They kind of got out pretty quick, and then Texas just doesn't really have it right now.
This is amazing because Baylor is a really, really small school, and this is amazing that Baylor is able to
and it's a big deal.
This good of a season in Texas.
That's what I was about to say. It's a huge deal for Baylor to beat Texas.
Yes,
because Texas is the big boy school of Texas, and then Baylor. Had bet most people they are in Texas,
the little brother.
So it has to feel so good for them.
Exactly. Oh, okay, and then let's talk about what Virginia Tech, man. What are they doing?
I don't know, but they're doing something right.
They are doing something.
Bud Foster's final year as defensive coordinator, he's killing it. This is 2 games in a row. It just confuses me. Clearly, Virginia Tech. Second half of the season is where they're thriving.
Yeah.
Why, man? If they had figured this out at the beginning of the season,
and
defensively, the teams that they played,
defensively, they're doing incredible.
I know.
They're having blowouts.
They also have a huge game next week. This coming week is rivalry week, so there's a number of fun games, even if they're not necessarily like top quality matchups. Just because rivalry week is always super fun.
It is.
But Virginia Tech, watch out for them. Their quarterback's starting to do better defensively. They've stepped up. They are the best chance to beat Clemson, in my mind, which is hard to say.
Which they're moving that way, but we'll see. Yeah, for sure. Okay, then you had number 13, Michigan, went to Indiana.
It was close in the first half.
Yeah,
right?
It was.
Was it first quarter?
It was.
I just know it was close for a bit.
Yeah, 39-14, so Michigan, stood up strong, and Michigan needed to because they've got a big test next week.
They do, against Ohio State. That'll be crazy.
Okay, then thank you, Boise State, for doing such a great job in the first half.
Yeah.
So that I could go to bed.
So the score at the first half, 42-7. which was kind of the score of the entire LSU game. So in other words, Boise can beat LSU.
Oh, wow.
Based off that logic.
Wow, that's incredible logic there.
No, just kidding. That being said, this was, again, the third string quarterback for Boise. It was Henderson.
Yeah, it was.
They haven't clarified. He did. And he's really a fifth-year senior, so, he better at this point. But they haven't clarified why they're not playing Hank necessarily. I don't know if it's Henderson's kind of on a roll right now and Hank hasn't played in a while or what kind of deal it is. But I guess as long as Henderson's doing the job, you might as well keep him in.
That's right. So, big, I mean,
huge win.
56-21. Good job.
It gave them the conference.
That's right. So
whatever.
They'll go on to the conference championship.
And it gave them home field.
Against Hawaii, right?
Yeah. And it's nice, like, bigger conferences don't do that. Smaller conferences, like, whoever's doing the best or highest ranked, gets to have the conference game at home, which is super nice because you get another home game for your seniors.
That's right.
That's huge. That's so fun for them too. So
it is. Then you had Louisiana Tech. They played UAB. And UAB, we were talking about this.
It's just always fun to look at UAB, especially after just the whole fiasco that they had.
Where they didn't have a season.
Yeah, where they didn't have a season, and all of a sudden people were just like, bring them back. And then they do so well when they come back.
They have.
That's so crazy to me.
Really well since coming back. So they won that one 2014.
This was a big win for them.
It was a big win that pretty much puts them on top of their conference. Yeah. So good job, UAB.
Yeah, it was.
Then you had number 25, SMU. They were going to play Navy, and wow. I mean,
it was a good game.
Okay, a big fourth quarter for both teams. Yeah. I mean, pretty much no scoring until the fourth quarter for both teams.
Like both defenses kind of just got worn out by that point.
I guess so.
Memphis also played. That's the next thing we're going to talk about. Yes. They dominated USF. It was like 49-10.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go ahead and say one of my upsets, which I did not get, and that was Temple at Cincinnati. I was so close. Both of my upsets this week, I was so close.
You were close. Yeah.
It hurts. 15-13. Okay.
But that's big for that conference.
It's huge. Okay, yes. So essentially, next week determines everything. Yeah. Cincinnati can still make it. Memphis can still make it. Navy can still make it. I think SMU is out of the picture. But I was reading an article on it. Like, it's crazy which ones, we don't know who's going to make it.
Cincinnati and Memphis are on they're east and west.
Right.
And they're both on top of it. And they face off next week.
Right. So I believe, Mm-hmm. I know if Memphis loses to Cincinnati and Navy wins. No, I know Navy has, I think they might be Memphis's only loss. Something like that. It's crazy. So, even if Memphis wins and Navy wins, I'm pretty sure Navy makes it.
Okay.
Which is huge because if you don't win the conference championship, you don't make it to the New Year's Six Bowl as a group of 5 teams. No, so, it's just pay attention to the AAC because it's getting interesting here at the very end. Okay. It really is.
It is. And that's probably the most interesting conference in college football right
as
now.
far as possibilities,
yes,
it 100% is.
Yeah. Which is a very funny thing to
Besides, I guess, Virginia Tech's side of the AAC, of the ACC. Because Virginia can still make it next week. Yeah. Whoever wins that, I'm pretty sure.
That's true. Okay, so your other upset that you called. Yeah, you were close on both of these.
It's nicer being close because I don't feel as bad. 2 points with that Temple Cincinnati game, and that's just because Cincinnati always is having those super close games right now.
Yes.
Texas A&M at number 4 Georgia, which is a monstrosity that Georgia can be ranked above Alabama. Just absolute, ridiculousness from the playoff committee, but that's not the point.
Alabama without Tua now, that makes
clearly it's not doing that much,
picture. But yeah. But still, yes, Georgia struggling against Texas A&M.
They struggled against everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, they beat some really good teams. They lost to South Carolina. That's why I said this team could lose to Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Because South Carolina is trash.
But fortunately, Georgia only has Georgia Tech to face this coming week, which is not a big deal.
Bring back the triple option.
Yeah. No, they'll be all right in that one. But still,
this was a big deal.
Yeah.
Texas A&M losing this game really hurts Alabama.
Yeah.
In their cred, because Texas A&M was their biggest win, arguably Clemson's biggest win as well. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah,
Georgia already, I'm pretty sure, makes it to the conference championship game.
They do,
so they get to get whooped by LSU. Yeah, and we all know that's going to happen.
That's what we're expecting.
And as far as, the other side, it's also a done deal with LSU making it.
Yeah.
So
it is. It is a done deal.
They're not going to lose.
No, I don't think
Unless there's some magic from A&M again. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we sure will. All right. So, next week is going to be rivalry week. Yeah. And so that's a huge week. Join us when we talk about it.